play that will haunt the Colts until next season. 4th and 1. Game on the line to make it to the playoffs, and the Colts come up short. A play designed that had the running back open, but unfortunately, it wasn't our two backs out there. It was Tyler Goodson, who has only had 6+ receptions his entire career. I would have had JT or Moss out there on that play. Unfortunately, Mitchell did not throw a good ball, but it did hit Goodson's hand. 2 out of 3 years, the Colts had an opportunity to make it to the playoffs with the final game of the season. Win, you're in, but did not capitalize. This season was definitely successful. With so much adversity, no one would have thought the Colts would have made it this far, this late in the season for a playoff opportunity. The first half, the Texans played like they wanted it more, and the Colts came back in the second half, rallied behind JT, but it wasn't enough. The Colts lose 23-19 at Indianapolis, which was such a heartbreak. 2 out of 3 years, with the final game of the line, it's, everybody wants, for all the Colts Nation out there, we want to see our Colts in the playoffs having a chance. And we could have probably had a good run, with JT coming back together and having his best game of the season, looking like vintage 2021 JT. It was heartbreaking. And Gardner Mitchell did not play a great game. He played horrendous, overthrew a lot of receivers, especially having Alec Pierce open multiple times. Dude, just chuck it up to Alec Pierce one-on-one. Live and die by those type of plays instead of dinking and dunking, because he was truly horrendous. Garner was 13 for 20 for 141 yards, no touchdowns, 0 interceptions, no turnover, but we needed those touchdowns the most, and we could never have a continuity in the offense ever since that first drive for that field goal. After that drive, it was 3 and out so much. I'm like, oh my God, that first half, like I said before, the Texans wanted it more than the Colts wanted it in the first half. Yeah, second half was totally different, but that first half was definitely key for us, and we dropped the ball on the first half. Also, JT showcased that he's one of the best backs in the entire league, putting the offense on his back and having one of his signatures 40+ runs, and that play was truly magnificent, putting his back in this game. And Gardner Mitchell with the 2-point conversion to Mo Cox, like, it was like, oh my God. It reminded me so much of the 2021 season with JT, those long runs. Unfortunately, JT needed more help, and it was just him, and that was it. This offense was an utter disaster. Also, the receivers in this game were a complete non-factor. Josh Downs, 3 receptions, 48 yards. Michael Pittman Jr., 5 receptions, 44 yards. Kylan Granson, 1 reception. Mo Cox, he overthrew Mo Cox before the halftime. I'm like, oh my God. Though right there are key moments. And Shake Stanley even said it. Yo, dude, Garner, that's on you. We had that play, and he overthrew Gardner Mitchell, which, played a big factor in this game as well, too. So many things played a factor in this game, not just that 4th and 1 play. I'm not putting the entire game on that 4th and 1 play. No. Because you know what played a big factor in this game? Fucking defense. Play horrendous. So many blown coverages from the secondary. Nobody was in sync. Win or go home, like, you're thinking, all right, everybody, we're all one unit. We're all thinking the same. Everybody together. No, the back half of the defense was getting cooked so bad. And it also didn't help that Juju Brents went out as well, too. But Nico Collins was cooking Juju Brents as bad as well, too. That first half was so freaking bad by secondary. And Ronnie Thompson giving that blown coverage for a fullback to catch that easy touchdown. I'm like, bro, come on, man. We're going to go home. You would think that everybody would be in sync, but they were not. And the one thing about this all season, the Colts have to address the secondary, because they gave up a lot of big plays towards the end of the season, and we could have covered nobody's best receiver. Every single team's best receiver was cooking us, and Nico Collins had a career day. The defense second half played okay, but still so many blown coverages by the safeties. I would love to bring back Julian Blackmon, but the whole thing is he is so injury prone. I believe for the past 3 years straight, it's been season-ending injuries, and I feel like him going down definitely played a big factor in that defense, because Nick Cross and Ronnie Thompson were just, they look like young safeties out there, and they were getting demolished all day long. And like I said before, we have to address the cornerback situation, and we have to address, getting a pass rusher, an elite pass rusher, because CJ Stroud was just, he had a clean day behind that pocket, and he looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He looked like a 5-year veteran, been there, done that. It just looks so easy to him. For the past 4 weeks, we've been making quarterbacks that are backup looking like franchise quarterbacks, and it's been so freaking sickening right now. But kudos to CJ Stroud. He played phenomenal. 20 for 26, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first play of the game. 75-yard bomb to Nico Collins. And he had a phenomenal day. Phenomenal. 9 receptions, 195 yards, averaging 21 yards a catch and a touchdown. He played his ass off, and he was cooking us all day long. We had zero answers, especially when we got some pressure on C.J. Stroud, and he just lobbed it up there just for the hell of it, and hopefully someone could grab it, and Nico Collins just came down with it. It was just his game. C.J. Stroud and him were in sync the entire game. Like I said before, none of our receivers and the quarterback were not in sync at all, but Nico Collins and C.J. Stroud, they knew it was on the line, and they were in sync. And the tackling by the Colts defense was pure horrendous. And I'm getting to the point, like, I don't like to call for people's jobs, but Gus Bradley, you're out of here, man, because this right here was truly horrendous. You did not have your guys to play today. The second half, yes, they was able to stop them, but still, like, overall, it was just a horrendous day. And the tackling for the past couple weeks has been horrendous. Like, the beginning of the season, like, we were a good tackling team, and towards the end, we just fell apart in tackling. I just hate it. Wrap him up. If he trucks you out, hopefully somebody's in the way, to take him down. But always dive. I hate the divings with such a fucking passion. Colts, 20 plus years I've been watching them, has always been one of the weakest tackling teams in NFL history. I just hate the way the Colts tackle. I look at other teams and I'm like, man, these teams know how to tackle. But, man, the past couple weeks, the Colts defense have been horrendous. But going back to the Texans, Daniel Schultz, catching so many key plays in this game as well, too. 5 receptions for 42 yards. Like I said before, Nico Collins cooked us the entire game. And overall, our third down efficiency was horrendous. We only converted one third down the entire game. 1 out of 11. That is horrendous. Gardner Minshew was beyond trash. The day we needed him to be great, he let us down. And fortunately, like I said before, this game could have been a blowout if JT didn't take this game over in the second half. Third down for efficiency for the Texans. They were okay, 5 for 13. Fourth down, we both didn't make one. We gave up 1 sack. We was able to sack C.J. Stroud 2 times, but we punted 4 times to the Texans 6. And wow, 11 penalties on the Texans. But overall, like, it was a heart-wrenching game. We was this close. I would have had that last play. I'd rather give it to JT, Zach Moss, or threw up that play from Michael Pittman Jr. Somebody who has guaranteed hands, or Josh Downs. I don't put the season on the line, or Tyler Goodson. They probably ran that play all week. Like, it looked good and everything. But still, with the game on the line, I want your best players making the best plays out there. And we did not. And it's heart-wrenching because, like I said before, I just wanted the Colts in the playoffs. It's been a long time since 2021. Now we got to go to 2024 for some Colts football, which is, oh my God, it's going to be such a long time. Even though we probably would have lost in the wild card, or probably who knows what would have happened. But seeing the Colts in the playoffs is just better. It's better for the NFL. It's better for the Colts Nation. But unfortunately, we have to wait another year. And hopefully, Chris Ballard can address the situations that are dearly needed. Because we need pass rusher. We need a corner. And I'll say a veteran corner. Veteran safety out there. And some more receivers, playmakers out there as well, too, to help out Michael Pittman and Josh Downs. Alec Pierce, I want to see another year on the AR. Maybe because, maybe with AR out there, he'll throw that deep ball to AR and say, F, I'm going to throw it up to 1-on-1. And maybe he could be utilized much better. But as of right now, it's going to be a long off season. As of right now, I'm not done yet with doing Colts content. I'll be doing a grading system. How the Colts did this year. Gardner Minshew, do we resign him? Zach Moss. Got a bunch of, things that I want to talk about in the upcoming weeks. Until then, guys, it's been a great season. Great season. Who would have thought that the Colts would have been, I had the opportunity to win in or go home in the beginning of the season when AR went down. Nobody. But guys, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this heartbreak. Until then, I'll see you guys later. This is Cultural Sports.